Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, October 4th, a 90-degree fall day in Texas. Holy mackerel, what a day. Beautiful, I gotta tell you, it's absolutely been gorgeous. You couldn't ask for a better venue, unless you hate the Dallas Cowboys, at which point, or you hate the Texas Rangers, at which point, like Brandon's not a fan. You're a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Seattle Seahawks.
And I'll tell you what, I watched the game last night. Did you see it?
I did.
What a phenomenal game that was, Brandon.
Absolutely.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I was so, Seattle was very fortunate not to, for that the field goal was missed. And,
a lot of luck.
A lot of luck, but Seattle, not only, I love Seattle's new uniforms.
Yep.
Very indicative of the University of Oregon Ducks.
Yes.
And I would imagine.
Very arena football-like.
Yeah, and I would imagine that just like the Oregon Ducks, who she fought.
She's better shape.
Not Evans, Hillary. I said Evans, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by DFW Inc. It is scheduled for 3 rounds in the XKO flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the next bank blue corner. She's trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in 125 pounds. 1 victory, 1 defeat. Fighting out of Grapevine, Texas, presenting Ashlee, the Sweet One Cooks.
She really does.
And now her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Jim Ross red corner. She's trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in 124 pounds. Making her amateur debut, fighting out of Plano, Texas, Crystal Tolentino.
Okay, so it's going to be 1-1 against
Jeffrey Aaron Menard.
And I got to tell you, I like that. Tolentino, 38 years old.
Yeah.
That's great. Good for her.
Protect yourself at all times.
Both women coming in, not talking about anything striking. Both BJJ fighters is what they're calling it. But we have seen Ashlee Cooks, and she does know how to strike. So we'll see how Tolentino's striking looks.
Well, coming from Metzger, she'll have some decent striking.
Absolutely. Cooks in the blue corner. Crystal Tolentino in the red corner. 3 3-minute rounds, and get ready, because, folks, here we go. Second fight of the night. Cook, southpaw, coming out quickly. Oh, a big cross with the left.
Big one.
Yeah, she's looking. Crystal did a nice.
Landed a decent one.
Yeah, Crystal, nice jab there on return. Both women are tied up right now.
Really good pressure.
Yep.
She's cutting the center really well. She's controlling hips.
And doing a really good job using her head as a weapon there, too.
Absolutely.
Often underutilized at this level of MMA.
So many fighters forget about the head.
Cooks with her back against the cage.
She's trying to land damage, but she's not trying to reverse the position at all.
Yep, she's got the overhook. Tolentino with the underhook, applying pressure to Cooks. And I'm using my announcer voice. Couple nice knees to the legs there by Crystal Tolentino.
Yeah, she's really actually working the cage very well, especially for a debut.
You're absolutely right, Brandon. Ashlee Cooks needs to do something here.
Yeah.
Maybe a reverse position, whatever the case may be.
What a lot of these young fighters don't realize is those little pot shots when your back's to the cage don't do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, they're annoying, but and they get a reaction, but that's about it.
Well, and the more poised a fighter is, the less reaction you get out of it.
And wouldn't you think that Cooks would do well to take that free hand and switch it over to an underhook?
Switch it over an underhook, press her face away, anything other than what she's doing.
Right, which is keeping her back against the cage.
Right.
Needs to turn her hips and angle out, does she not, Brandon?
She does. The problem is now she's locked 2 overhooks, so really she's just holding herself into the cage.
Yeah, from there it's an awfully tough position to do anything.
Yeah. Now she's got the underhook. If she'd utilize it, she could actually extend out.
Explain extend out, Brandon, to those watching.
Elevating your underhook and extending towards your underhook side allows you to basically open the door and step out off of the cage.
Got it, okay. When it looked a couple times there, like Tolentino, when she turned her hips there with that underhook, maybe be setting up for a foot sweep, possibly a throw, but then again at the same time when you're this dominant at this point against the cage, why do that?
Yeah, she's just burning a lot of Cook's energy.
And I have to agree there. Yeah, referee breaks it up. I'm good with that. There wasn't a whole lot of action. I think Cooks is going to look again for a really big left-hand shot here. There it is. Maybe she could do with a counter hook here.
Tolentino definitely not as comfortable on the feet.
Oh, yeah, but she's landed a really nice shot, though.
Yeah.
That was wide open.
She's definitely not afraid to strike.
Well, there's that hip throw I thought that she was going to look for. And Cooks would do well to just go ahead and, that's exactly right. Throw it back. Yeah, go for the back sweep. Good first round.
Really not entertaining. First round at all. For two very young amateurs, that's pretty technical.
I couldn't agree more. I think very technical, very well thought out.
Yep.
Cooks is going to have to keep her chin down, and I think utilize that jab a little more, not shoot so high on when she throws the cross. She's going to need to throw it more towards the neck part, not so more the face.
Yeah, adrenaline brings your punch up. So if you're punching for the chest with your adrenaline rush, you'll pop them on the chin. If you're punching for the chin, you're going to hit over their head. I'd like to see Tolentino put her back in the cage.
Well, I think looking at it right now, if I was to say the game plan, I think we see the game plan of each fighter. Cooks, let's keep it on our feet, keep it banging, keep it in the center.
Absolutely.
Tolentino, let's wrap this up, get it on the cage, make it dirty, make it ugly,
yep.
but get the win.
Yeah, but she's putting it in the cage and then she's not doing a whole lot with it. She needs to catch some sort of takedown, or she needs to do some real damage on the cage.
Right. So round 2 of this 3-round fight in our women's amateur division.
I'm not a big fan of the way Tolentino stands.
Right here, Cooks would do a good job. I know she's looking, he's like, I want to take her down, but she's had some success with the striking. I don't know that you just don't push off here. And maybe, yeah, she's not going to get that single leg.
She's going to burn a whole lot of energy.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right. Just get a little bit of control, bring the head up.
You see, this is what Cook should have been doing when Tolentino had her in the cage.
Yeah, and this is good right here on Cook's part. She's got that wrapped up a little bit.
Nice press off.
Yeah, Tolentino very nicely done there.
She didn't capitalize on it, but she did get some good space for a second.
Coach Guy Metzger calling for Tolentino to catch the whizzer from that overhook position. Cooks needs to use that head there, though, Brandon, and get her head.
She's not using it for pressure, which is really taking pressure off of Tolentino. Tolentino can hang out here for a while and
some creative foot stomps. Gotta like that.
Yep.
Be nice, maybe throw a knee or two into the calf.
Nice turnout.
Very nice turnout. And now she's reverse position again.
Very nicely done.
And now she's going to go for the double leg.
Yeah, she's
holding on to the cage, but she's, wow, Cook's got away with one there before the referee could see it.
Yep.
Actually, Cooks needs to base out nice and wide so she's not taken down here.
She's going to keep working that leg.
Yeah, and I tell you, again, Tolentino, I'm so impressed with her head work, using the head as a weapon, controlling Cook's position there.
And she's getting herself a breather, too, which, especially for your first fight, is extremely important. She's got a huge adrenaline dump going. She's trying to manage. She's already pretty tired. And so getting her in the corner and pressing in with the head, she gives herself a little breather.
Yep. She's done well with the knees here.
Yeah.
Cook is going to really need to step it up here a little bit. And again, this just comes from practice working in a cage and knowing the game.
Absolutely.
And Cook's a good fighter. It's just Tolentino is really coming in here with a solid cage game.
Yes. The only thing she's doing is she's reaching a little far with her underhook arm. She's grating her arm along the cage.
Yeah.
And that might become a factor later.
And I think for Cooks, too, instead of trying to land those punches with that free hand, just palm slap the ears.
Yep.
Just be real irritating.
Be irritating and start using that arm as a lever to try to get you some space.
Yeah, well, she's actually got it cranked right there, and she could turn that into really what we call a standing Americana underhook that's not utilized a lot.
No, and she's just really not, she's too lazy. She's a very, very lazy wizard.
Well, I think too, Brandon, I think you can't help but wonder, but is not having the knowledge particularly to you know, hey, I want to pull this off, I need to pull this off, but not having that training to pull it off.
Yeah, it could be a lack of training, but also just, you know, with younger fighters, you just go blank when you're in the cage. You know, your coach will be screaming at you, you know this, and you know this, but it still isn't working for you.
Right. Well, she's 1-1. It's not like she doesn't have the experience.
Yeah.
The lovely Savannah from Hooters. All right, here we go. Round 3 of this 3-round fight. Brandon, I think you and I would agree it's a 2 rounds to 0 from our standpoint, just because of domination and cage control.
Absolutely. Aggression, cage control, everything is going towards Tolentino.
That's right. So Cook's going to need to get off and get off quick. And if I'm her coaches, I'm like, you know what? Enough of this tie-up crap.
Yeah, maintain your space and tee off. She obviously hits harder.
Yeah, and you know, at this point, why are you throwing a kick? Your hands have done well. And I'd like to see her take that backhand and turn it into a hook.
Well, and Tolentino obviously does not know how to deal with a southpaw. If she just starts stepping out and throwing one down the pipe, Tolentino really doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, but these, you know, again, Cooks she's done well with the hands. At the most, maybe you do just a quick kick throw a kick to the knee and then follow up with those hands, or you're going to take shots to the face like that.
Just like that.
And you know, that's where giving up lazy leg kicks will get you knocked the hell out.
Absolutely. If you're going to throw something, you have to commit to it.
That's right. You know, have a plan. And I think her plan needs to be, you know what? I'm going to swing in here. I've seen the straight and I've seen the cross. I haven't seen anything from the hooks.
Nothing.
And again,
and then getting right back into the tie.
Well, and Cooks was the one that tied it up. And I
don't get that.
I don't get it. I'm like you. I mean, why would you've been dominated for the first 2 rounds. You're a good fighter, but you've got to learn to get your back off the cage. You've got to learn how to use your head. You've got to learn how to use overhooks.
She's got to learn how to control her space.
That's right. Overhooks, underhooks, the whizzers, all that. And it's not working against this fighter. So you've got to stay in the middle of the cage and bang it out. And I'm sorry, but my God,
Tolentino doesn't press her to the cage until Cooks actually.
She initiates the tie.
Yeah.
And these kicks are not going to do anything, especially in the 3rd and final round. You got 3 minutes to work. You need to be head hunting here.
She should have been teeing off on her face.
Absolutely. All that being said, Tolentino has really followed the game plan well.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I've been listening to what Guy's been saying. She's been doing exactly what he tells her.
And that's great coaching. That's a good student. And I mean, look, just smothering control right here. Smothering control. You're working some shots in there at the same time, and Cooks can't get out of it.
Nope.
Cooks, you know.
Cooks needs to work a little bit of cage work.
No, a lot of bit of cage work. Because she's a talented fighter. She's got talent.
Yeah, but there's just no cage work going on here. She's just hanging on to a whizzer.
Yeah, I mean, you're not winning in here with points for the judges or anything. You're basically just getting beat up.
Yep. And that's one of those things with even my younger fighters, I get real frustrated when they just sit with their back to the cage. And a lot of them will sit back with their back to the cage and just throw pot shots. That does absolutely nothing for you.
Well, she just needs to disengage.
Yeah.
It's a nice knee, but disengage. Spin to the middle of the cage. Disengage.
She's not
there.
pushing off, and then she took a shot on the way out.
Oh, man. Wow, well, it's about 30 seconds too late, my friend.
Yep.
And I think it's going to easily go to Tolentino here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't really see that even being 1 round for Cooks.
And Federico David Oliveira was in the corner of Cooks there. I'm a little surprised we didn't see a little more of Freddie in there as far as, you know, some quality cage work. Nothing, you know, Freddie's the cage master, but man, I tell you what, his last 2 fights, his cage work has so improved.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting action, we go to the judges' scorecard. The judges have scored the bout 30-27, 30-27, and 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Crystal Tolentino.
Well, that kind of went the way we predicted it would go.
And that's always nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't make us feel any smarter.
No. It just makes me feel like maybe the judges got it right.
And truly, that if you're an amateur and you're looking at how to dominate and what to do on cage work, I mean, that is right there. That was very indicative of how you do it. Just ridiculously impressed.